Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, does anybody have a question from the previous class? No? Okay then. So, in the previous class, we had covered binary arithmetic. Okay. So, today we will show that computers are really dumb. They are just circuits, and finally, the programmer has to assign meaning to each of those voltages or any signal that you define as some that means something. Okay. The designer has to decide that. So, one of those, let me give you an example of what I mean by that. Uh, let us see something called as ASCII codes. ASCII stands for American Standard for something. Akhri, in the last you have information interchange. You might have read this in your computer science in 12th class or something. Okay, it is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, and there is a reason that there is a standard for this, and the reason is uh, see, please understand that if mean that for example, let me give you an example of one of those ASCII codes. A corresponds to the number A 00, huh?
65,
61,
65.
65,
65.
Yes, sir, 65.
65. Okay, so it is 1 0 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, so it's a 7-bit number. Okay, that is what A stands for. Now, if uh, I mean that this corresponds to A, and who was the other guy? Who? Asta, was it you? Who was it? Who just said 65?
Yes, sir, it was me.
Richa.
Richard. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, and Richa means that this corresponds to B. Okay, that will be a problem, no? If I mean that this, if we get this combination somewhere, it means that it is an A, and Richa means that it is a B. Then it will be a problem. Okay, so we need to come up with some standards, which these Americans were the first people to do all this. So they came up with a standard that this means one and only thing, that is this, and everybody accepted that. Okay, so computers cannot understand anything other than they cannot understand anything, but when I say understand, I mean something else. But they can only read. Again, nobody can read. The non-living things cannot read. But anyway, so they can only read either 0 or 1. So these combinations, so this a sequence of these numbers has to be given some meaning, and that meaning is given by us. And so we mean that this corresponds to an A. Okay, now if your the whole graphic system, okay, you want to print this number, okay, on the monitor, it will if corresponding to this, it will go and print an A. Okay, this mapping is inbuilt into your operating system or whatever. Okay, this mapping is already inbuilt into your system. Okay, so that is how the whole thing works. Okay, but inside, when it is stored in your hard disk, then it will be stored in this form. Okay, so now this is all arbitrary. Okay, we could have decided that instead of this, it would mean like I just gave you an example. But once that arbitrary definitions are created, we stick with those definitions so that it makes our life easy. Okay, we can have one single background for all computers in the world. Okay, So in the last class we had done binary to decimal conversions or decimal to binary conversion. So 1 0 stood for, let us say, in a 4-bit number, 0 stood for 0 0 0 0. Okay. Now this 0 0 0 1 corresponded to 1 and so on and so forth. Okay, 2 corresponded to 0 0 1 0. Okay, this is a direct binary to decimal conversion. But you again, you do not have to choose these numbers. You can choose anything that you want as long as you understand what that means. Okay, you do not have to choose these. Okay, so there is another. So this is a direct decimal to binary conversion. Okay, so this is one kind of code, and we also call these as BCD. BCD is binary coded decimal. Okay, so in this binary coded decimal, we do not do an actual conversion. We take each of those digits from decimal and write them as binary. Okay, that's all we do. Okay, so for example, so for example, so 3 will be 0 0 1 1 and so on and so forth until we reach 9, which corresponds to 1 0 0 1. Okay, what will we do in BCD? So if you have a number, let us say 64. Okay, 64. What will 64 be in BCD? What do you do in BCD? I just told. We take individual digits and just write their corresponding BCD number. Okay, so what does 6 correspond? So this has 2 digits, 6 and 4, and we'll just write those digits. Okay, 6 corresponds to what? 6 का corresponding BCD क्या होता है? Anybody?
0 1
0
0 1 1 0. Okay, so that is BCD corresponding to this. And what is the BCD corresponding to 4?
0 1 0 0.
0 1 0 0. Okay, so this is in BCD. Okay, please understand that this is not a normal binary number. Okay, if you were to look at this normal binary number, you will get something else. Okay, this is just in BCD form. So what is BCD? It is a simplified way of writing decimal numbers. Okay, or thinking of, so you can't do calculations and all those things using BCD because this is not a mathematically accurate number. So if you were to convert this binary number into decimal, what do you get? Okay, let us say this is a binary number. Okay, 0 1 1 0 0 1 0 0. Okay, if it's a binary number, if I wanted to convert this into decimal, what will it appear like? What will it be? क्या होगा? So this is 4 plus 8 16 32 plus 64. क्या आया?
100.
So this corresponds to 100 in decimal. Okay, so this is not a please understand that again we have to or the computer has to ensure, or that the programmer has to ensure what a specific number means. In this case, this is a binary coded decimal. Okay, and what it means is that you take combinations of 4 and write a corresponding decimal number. Okay, so if this combination of 4 is going to give you a 4 and this combination of 4 is going to give you a 6. Okay, so this is a 64 in decimal. Okay, so
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, like in hexadecimal number system,
Yeah.
we take 4 as 0 1 0 0. And
Yeah.
in octal number system, we take 4 as 1 0 0.
yeah,
So, sir, like if we want to write 64 into binary numbers,
yeah.
so it would depend, like we are taking, like we are converting into octal number system or hexadecimal number system.
Yeah.
So I want to ask this only, like we have to be specific, na? Like we are taking 3 bits at a time or 4 bits at a time.
No. In BCD, we need to take 4 bits Please
Okay,
understand
sir.
that the minimum
Okay,
number
sir.
of bits that are required to represent 10 combinations is how many? If you see, please understand that beyond this, there are other combinations also which consist of 4 bits, but those are useless. Okay, those are not being used because in BCD we are converting one digit into a corresponding binary code. Okay, so how many bits are required, do you think, to represent 10 different symbols? One bit can represent two symbols, two bits can represent four symbols. Okay, and 3 bits can represent 8 symbols. ठीक है, maximum. So you
Yes, sir.
require, so
At
four
least
bits
4
can
bits.
4 bits can
16.
represent 16 symbols, but we need only 10 of them. But for
Yes, yes.
minimum, for 10 you require minimum 4 bits. That is why we are writing this in this form.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so BCD, so so the BCD is converting each of the digits into binary, each of the digits, not the whole number. It does not care about the full number. It only thinks कि भाई there is only one digit corresponds to 6, corresponds to 0110. That's all it cares. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so we require at least 4 bits.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in computer, the number is stored in BCD or in binary?
It depends on how you want to write it, but 99.99% of the times it will be written in binary because you can make your do your calculations using established algorithms. If you wanted to do addition in BCD, then it will be means there is an example in the book where they do it, but it's a complicated nightmare compared to what it would be if it were a simple binary number. Okay,
So,
because
sir,
you're all
means the arithmetic operations for this BCD will follow different set of rules.
yes, yes, obviously.
So, sir, why we are going for this BCD means what's the usage of this? Eh,
Okay, so if you have ever seen a what, a 7-segment display, which you have in calculators in many places. Okay, so what is this? So
Sir, can you repeat this?
have you seen something like this in your calculator, where a 7-segment display? This is called as a 7-segment display. Okay, have you seen this 8 on your calculator, which looks something like this?
Yes, sir.
You have seen that, no?
Yes, sir.
This can be used to write either one by turning these on, or two, or so on. The input to these is a BCD. Okay, that is one direct example. Okay, because each of these segments represents what? One single digit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that all right?
Okay, sir. So, sir, BCD is for representing the single digits only.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
No, you can represent as many digits as you want by putting them together, but finally the goal of BCD is to write decimal in a binary form, but we do not have to do any calculations to convert that. Okay, please understand that here we do not have to do any calculations. There is a direct mapping for each of the 4 bits into a decimal number.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
if I had written 64, okay, 64 in 10 is corresponds to what in binary? Binary में क्या होगा ये? 0, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, this. Okay, just by looking at this you cannot directly say what it is in binary, in decimal. Okay, you'll have to do a calculation.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so this is another kind of code that you can possibly have to represent your numbers. Okay, it may not be very useful in many places. Most of the times we'll write our number in binary. Okay, not in BCD, because on binary your procedures are established, the addition, subtraction, and so on and so forth. You'll have to come up with specialized codes for doing BCD. It's not really very useful. Okay, the place where BCD might be most useful is to do the whole calculation and finally convert it into BCD so that it can be represented as a decimal number. Okay, for example in a 7-segment display. Okay, this is called as a 7-segment display. 7-segment display, and used to represent a single digit. Okay, if you look at the number of segments here, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, So let me so sometimes which will become apparent maybe halfway down the course, that we want that going from one digit, one number to the next number, we only want one bit to change at a time. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do here. Let us say you have numbers from 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, again as I previously mentioned that you can assign anything to anything. You can name what is it, Brijesh as my son's name Advait. Okay, it does not really matter, I'll stay who I am. Okay, you can denote it with anything that you want. Okay, it does not really matter as long as everybody understands what that means. Okay, so similarly you could denote this 0 by any possible binary number that you want. Okay, it does not really matter. Okay, as long as you understand the meaning of it. So we want to come up with a set of numbers, set of binary numbers, so that when we go from one number to the next number, only one bit changes at a time. Okay, so if you were to look at the binary of this, okay, what is it? 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. Direct binary conversion. Decimal to binary conversion looks something like this. Okay, when you're going from 0 to 1, how many bits are changing? When you're going from 0 to 1, one bit is changing. Okay, when you're going from 2 to 3, how many bits are changing? From 2 to 3, again one bit is changing.
Only one bit.
Okay, but when we are going from 1 to 2, how many bits are changing? 2 bits are changing. One the least significant bit is going from 1 to 0. The most significant bit is going from 0 to 1. Okay, we do not want, in certain situations we may not want this. Okay, so we come up, not we come up with, but there is a scientist or an engineer by the name Gray. Okay, who came up with his own name to this code. Okay, Gray code. Okay, so what the main logic of this particular code is that when you're going from one number to the next number, the number of bits that change is only 1. Okay, so let us start from 0 0 because that is the most logical choice. So 0 corresponds to 0 0. Now the most logical choice again, because we want to change only one bit, is 0 1. Okay, it does not matter whether which bit you change, it's going to be effectively you're going to use up that combination anyway, so it's better to choose something which is already a little logical compared to this binary. Okay, so we go from 0 0 to 0 1. Now the next thing we want to do is that we want to change only one bit at a time. Okay, and we also want that combination to be unique, because we do not want one combination to represent two different numbers. That is not really useful. Okay, if one combination represents two different numbers, then what is the point of that mapping anyway? Okay, if I say 0 0 means 0 or it also means 2, then what is the point? Okay, so you agree that it should be a unique number. Okay, so what is the unique combination remaining which will have only one bit changing from 0 1?
1 1.
Okay, so we have a 1 1. So we call 1 1 as 2 as 1 1. Again नाम चेंज कर दिया, ब्रजेश से अद्वैत कर दिया, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, as long as we understand what it means. Okay, so we have 1 1, and then what is the remaining combination that we can assign to 3?
1 0.
1 0. Okay, so in this whole algorithm, what happened? Only one bit changed at a time. Okay, now let us, instead of 2 bits, let us make it 3 bits. So we add a 0 0 0 here, call it 4 5 6 7 8, no 7. Okay, so 4 is 1 0 0, 5 is 1 0 1, 6 is 1 1 0 and 7 is 1 1 1. Now I want to go from 3 to 4. Okay, and I want to change only one bit. And then again, I cannot reuse something that I have already done. Okay, so if I change this bit, I'll go from 0 1 0 to 0 1 1, already used, so I can't do that. If I change this bit, I go from 0 0 1 0 to 0 0 0, already used up. So the only bit that remains that can be possibly be changed is which? The most significant bit. So this will be 1 1 0. Okay. Now again, I want to do. Now here I have two possibilities. Okay, but we'll use only one possibility out of those two. We can either change this bit can no longer be changed, because as soon as I change this bit, I already used all the combinations where 0, the most significant bit is 0. So I cannot change this bit anymore. Okay, this bit will stay 1 throughout. Okay, because all the the most significant bit being 0, all those 4 combinations have been used up. So I can't do that. So the only 2 bits that can change is either the middle bit or the LSB, the least significant bit. So if you look at these, again you have a choice, but here we'll make one choice. Okay, that choice is that we are going to change the least significant bit. Okay, so it becomes 1 1 1. Okay, 5 corresponds to 1 1 1. Now for 6, what combination is again we could have done 1 0 0 also. Okay, but we did not do it because why did not we do it? There is no logical, there is no explanation as such, because both of them are equally valid, because we can define anything as we want. But there is some method to our madness. I'll just explain in a moment. Okay. So we could have gone from 1 1 0 to 1 0 0 also, but instead of that we chose to change the least significant bit. Okay. So now 1 1 1. Next, what is the possible combination that we can create?
1 0 1
1 0 1.
We can't change this. We already established we can't change this. We can't change this because we'll go back here. We can't change that. So the only thing that we can change is the middle bit, which is 1 0 1. Okay. And finally, what is the combination that remains?
1 0 0.
1 0 0. Okay. So if you look at this, or every 2, what do you see? If you forget about the most significant bit, okay, forget about that. If you see 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0, in the opposite side it is opposite of that. Okay, it is 1 0. It's like a mirror. Okay, 1 0 1 1 0 1 and 0 0. Okay, similarly over here, if you were to look at this, these bits, 0 1 1 0, 0 1 1 0. Okay, every 2 to the power, if you were to make segments of 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, and so on and so forth, you will see that they are mirroring each other. Okay. Now, if instead of 3 bits you had 4, this will be 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 0 0. So this is decimal, binary, and gray code. Again, we'll add a 0 here everywhere. So what do you think is the most logical choice for, no, what is the only possible choice actually here? What is the only possible choice when you want to go from 7 to 8 in gray?
1 1 0 0.
1 1 0 0.
1 1 0 0. Okay. So we go to 1 1 0 0. Again, here you have couple of choices. You can either change this bit or this bit or this bit, any of those. But what will we choose?
Least significant bit.
We'll start with the least significant bit. Okay, so we'll go again. Remember that logic, mirror. Okay, so if you were to look at this, you do the opposite of this. So we start with 1 1 0 0. Okay, so 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 and 1 1 1 0. I'm just doing the opposite. Okay, I'm going from bottom to the top. Okay, if you follow this algorithm, it will turn out fine. Okay, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't even have to apply your brain too much. Okay, so opposite, it is 1 1 sorry 1 0 1 0 and 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 and finally 1 0 0 0. Okay, is that fine? Every combination is unique, and going from one number to the next number, only one bit is changing at a time. Okay, so this is the logic for determining gray code for any number. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
so when we are looking for the mirror images, then
Yeah.
except for the most significant digit, we have to look for the other digits that they are the mirror images of each other. Like when we
Okay.
are doing for this 4, 5, 6, 7 and comparing with the 8 to 15, then we have to look for first, second and third digit.
Yeah. So what we are doing in that, once we have reached 8, okay, we need to add another bit. So what do? We add the most significant bit, okay, which is 1 over here, okay, and do the opposite of this. Okay, so what is the opposite of this? So if you look at this, you start from the bottom and keep on moving towards the top, and instead of 0 you apply a 1.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, why do we prefer that only one bit changes?
It will become clear. That's what I said halfway through the semester. But please understand that when 2 bits are changing at a time, what is going to happen? One bit may change before the other bit. That is a very high possibility. Don't you agree?
Yes, sir.
So let us say you are going from take a small number. You are going from 1 0 to 0 1. Okay, let us say you are doing this transition. Okay, so this will happen either in most cases. It is going to happen through two paths. It can either go through what? It can either go through 0 0. Okay, the most significant bit changes first. Okay, or it can go through
1 1.
1 1. Okay, 1 0 to 0 1 transition, assuming that both of the transitions cannot happen at the exact same time, then it will either go through 0 0 or it will go through 1 1. Do you agree?
Yes,
Who asked
sir.
the question?
Sir,
Dhruv.
Dhruv.
Okay, so the system was trying to go from 1 0 to 0 1, but instead of that it went from 1 0 to 0 0. Then everything else that is dependent on what this state is, it changes, because now it is no longer in either 1 0 or 0 1. Do you agree? Do you understand? So this can cause problems, which
Okay, sir.
we'll deal with that later after the semester. But since you asked this question, I wanted to give an example. Is that that makes a little bit of sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. If no one has a question on this, then we'll move on to the next topic, which is gates.
Sir, in computers, these are stored at gray codes only.
Huh?
Sir, in computers, gray codes are used or normal binary?
No, most of the time it is binary. Okay, so only in some places we might specially use gray codes. If not even binary, then we have on other, not necessarily, definitely only binary. We have other methods of storing numbers also, which are IEEE standard for what. But most of the standards are direct conversion to binary. Okay, not using any fancy logic. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. What is the time? Since we are on the topic of arithmetic, let me think about it. Whether we should do gates or we should do more mathematics. Let us do more mathematics today. We'll do gates tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Tuesday. So, nine minus 7. Okay, I want to do this. Again, computers are really dumb. We want to make things as simple for them as possible. Okay, so instead of going through the straightforward method which even a small child can follow, computers have a difficult time doing those things. So instead of doing that, we come up with a simpler things that are simple for them to understand. Again, please understand what I mean by understand. Okay, so if I want to do this 9 minus 7, okay, there are a couple of ways of doing it. You can do 9 minus 7, which is going to be 2. The thing is, it mathematically does not make a difference whether I say it is 9 minus 7 or 9 plus 10 minus 10 minus 7. Does it make any difference?
No, sir.
It's the same thing. Or I could even say what? Yeah, so I could also say 9 minus 10 plus 9 plus 10 minus 7, same thing. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Exactly the same thing. Now, I could also say that it is minus 10 plus 9 plus 3, same thing. ठीक है? You agree?
Yes, sir.
I could also say 9 plus 3 is 12 minus 10.
Yes, sir.
Very easy. Now, minus 10 is how hard is minus 10? From 12, if I wanted to subtract 10, how hard is it? What do you think? How hard is it?
Tens digit.
Huh?
You have to reduce the tens digit by 1.
Yeah, just. So if I wanted to do this, I could just eat this up. Okay, I could get rid of this bit. Okay, I don't have to do this calculation. Okay, I don't have to do 12 minus 10. I just do 12 में से पहला bit को उड़ा दिया, पहला digit को उड़ा दिया. Okay, so I remain with 2. Okay. So, what is this? 3. What is this 3? 3 क्या है? Three can be called as the tens complement of 7. Okay, what is tens complement? What do I do here? So if I have the number 9's complement and 10's complement. Okay, if my numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is the 9's complement of 0? What do I mean by 9's complement? 9 minus that number. Okay, what is the 9's complement here?
9.
9. Okay, 10's complement is going to be 10. It is 9's complement. So 10's complement is 9's complement plus 1. That is going to be 10. What is 1? Is going to be 8. The 10's complement is going to be 9. 2 is what? 7. 9 minus 2 is 7. 8, 6, 7, 5 6 4 5 6 3 2 no 4 2 1 0 5 3 2 1. So what did I do? I wanted to subtract 7 from 9. So what did I do? I take the 9's, so this is the number 7. Okay, I take the 10's complement. How do I take the 10's complement of number 7? I
10
already
minus
have a
7.
9 minus 7, which is going to be 2. Okay, 2 is going to be 9's complement, and then 10's complement is
3.
plus 1 of that. Okay, 3. So what do? I do 9 plus 3, okay, which is the 10's complement, and I get rid of the most significant bit. Okay, so 9 plus 3 is going to give me 12, okay, and get rid of this bit. So your answer is going to be 2. Okay, why are we getting rid of this? Again, we already explained that over here. Okay, I started with 9 minus 7. I do 9 plus 10 minus 10 minus 7. Same thing mathematically. The reason for doing this complicated mess is because of one good thing. What is one good thing? Minus 10 is very, very easy. Why minus 10 is very, very easy? Because you can just get rid of the most significant digit in this case. Okay, that is why this whole thing makes sense. Okay, and the reason we do so here, what am I saying? That I am doing a subtraction from what? In the single digit, it does not make much of a difference, but in multiple digits is going to make a big difference, and moreover in binary it is going to make even a bigger difference. Why? Because complements are much easier in binary. Why are complements much easier in binary? Here we have to subtract from what? You have to subtract from 9. In case of binary, where do you have to subtract from?
1.
From 1. Okay, and add 1 to it after that. Okay, it will give, by subtracting from 1 you will get 1's complement, and for getting 2's complement you will add 1 to it. Okay, so let us see an example for subtraction in binary.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, can you explain that part when you said ki taking 10's complement makes our work easy? So you provided the logic. Can you explain that logic again?
you do not have to do any subtraction. You can just do addition. Okay, because this table is pre-built for you. Okay, let us think of it that way. Okay, this you just have to look at this number and you take the corresponding complement. Okay, so if you want to do 9 minus what? 9 minus 7, what do? You take the corresponding. So 7 के corresponding हमारा 10's complement क्या है? What is the 10's complement corresponding to 7? Look at this table. 3. Okay, so what do? Instead of doing
3.
subtraction, you are doing 9 plus 3. Okay, 9 plus 3 will give you
Yes.
12, and get rid of the most significant bit.
12.
Okay, 12 में से most significant digit क्या है? 1. You get rid of
1.
it. So your answer is going to be 2. Is that okay?
Okay.
Do you
So
think
sir,
it is?
always we have to take 10's complement.
Depends. No. You have to take
Sir,
the complement in which in the base in which you are operating. Okay. So you are operating here in base 10. So you have to take 10's complement. First taking 9's complement and then adding 1 to it. Okay. So if you are operating in base 2, then what would you do? You will take 1's complement, then add 1 to it to get 2's complement. Is that all right? Okay, the reason
Yes, sir.
that is we do that is because of this property, that particular base, when you add that radix, okay, plus 10 and minus 10, you can easily get rid of the most significant digit. Okay, the most significant digit corresponds to that base itself. Okay, in one sense.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, not necessary. Let me give a more complicated example. Okay, let us do that. Then it will make life a little bit easier for you. Let us do that. let us say I want to do 33 minus 27. Okay, let us first do the whole logic and then I'll explain why it works. Okay, a little bit later on. Let us do that. So what is 27? 27 का 2 9's complement 10 9's complement लो तो क्या होगा? What will be the 9's complement of 27? What do? You subtract each of the digits by 9. Okay, from 9 each of the digits subtracted. So 9's complement, so 27 9's complement is going to be what? क्या होगा बताओ?
72.
It will be 72. Okay. Now what will be 10's complement?
73.
It will be 73. So what do? You add 33 with 73. You get 106. Is that all right? Or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And finally, what do? You get rid of your most significant digit. So what does it leave behind?
6.
It leaves behind a 6. What do you think is the answer for 33 minus 27? क्या है उसका आंसर?
6.
6. Okay. So what did we effectively do? हमने 27 का जब 9's complement लिया तो हमने effectively क्या किया? We did 99 minus 27. ये किया था ना हमने? हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So 99 minus 27 gave you 9's complement, which is 72. Okay. And 10's complement is going to be plus 1 of that. Okay. So plus 1. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
So plus 1 of that is going to be, so this plus 1 can be whether you do 99 minus 27 plus 1 or you do 99 plus 1 minus 27 is the same thing. Do you agree? So this can be written as 100 minus 27. ठीक है? So what did I do here? Let us see. So 33 minus 27 can be written as 33 minus 100 plus 100 minus 27. ठीक है? Is that all right? So when I take 10's complement, I am getting this. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So when I am doing 10's complement, I am getting this number, and when I do minus 100 plus 33 plus this 73. ठीक है? So and when I'm getting rid, so this calculation is being implicitly performed when I'm taking 10's complement, this calculation. Okay, and this calculation is being minus 100 plus this is being done by doing what? By getting rid of the most significant digit. ठीक है? We have knowledge of certain things. Okay, that is the basic which all of that is happening in the background. Is that okay? Do you understand the logic? Who was the person asking the question?
Yes, sir.
Nahi, it's not a very emphatic yes sir. It's a confused yes sir. What is confusing, Praful?
Sir, I didn't understand that how we have to choose the number. Like here we took 100. So does it depend on the digits? Like if we are having a 3-digit number, then
obviously. So if it
Okay,
is
sir.
if it's a 2-digit number, then you will take 100. Okay. If it's a 3-digit number, then you will take 1000.
So sir, if the digits different, like 33 minus 6.
If it
In
was
that
33
case-
minus 6, let us do that. Why don't we do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it does not matter. Okay, as long as it is higher than the number of digits over here. Okay, so let me give you an example. So if instead of 33, if instead of taking 100, let us take it as 1000. ठीक है, हमने 1000 से इसको वो कर लिया, इसको परेशान कर दिया हमने 1000 से, तो क्या होगा? So I want to do 33 minus 6. As long as it is higher than the number of maximum number of digits that you have. Okay, it should be at least one higher than that. It can be more higher than that. Okay, so you can either do this whole shenanigans that we are doing here using 100. You can use 1000. You can use 10,000. Okay, it does not make a difference. Your final answer is going to be the same as long as it is minimum of 100. Okay, because 33 will require at least 2 plus 1. Okay, three digits. So let us do this using 100. So you can think of this as 33 minus 06. ठीक है? Is that okay? 33 minus 06. The reason the reason for choosing that is because once that 100 will not interfere with these digits. So you have number of digits is how many? 2. Okay. So and 100, where is the 1 located? 1 is located in the third place. So it is not going to interfere with any calculations that you are doing over here. Okay, so that is how basically it works. How do we choose the number of digits? Okay, and 1000 is also not going to interfere. So let us do that. So 33 minus 06, we could also write this as 33 minus 006. ठीक है? Now let us say, so 033 minus 1000 plus 1000 minus 006. ठीक है? So let us do our whole logic, our 9's complement and 10's complement. First let us do that. So 006 का 9's complement क्या होगा?
993.
993. So 006. So 006. 9's complement is 993. What will be the 10's complement?
994.
994. Okay. So our logic is that we do 994 plus 33 is going to give us what? 3739. No, sorry.
1027.
7211027. Okay. And what do you do after that? After doing this addition, you get rid of your MSB, most significant bit. So it leaves behind 27. Is that okay? The whole, please understand that the whole concept of doing this is built on the fact that you can get rid of your most significant bit, because once you subtract the whole this number 1000. Okay, once you subtract this 1000, it does not interfere with anything in between. It only interferes with the most significant bit. That is the logic behind choosing this. Okay, so for if it's a 2-digit number, so you require at least a 3-digit number which contains a single 1 and all the remaining zeros. Okay, so answer सही आया ये 27.
Yes, sir.
Sir, what if the answer is to be negative?
Don't worry about that for now. We'll worry about that later on. Okay. Let us not complicate things. We'll talk about those in binary itself, because in negative इसमें करें, छोड़ो यार. डेसिमल में नेगेटिव पता नहीं कैसे हैंडल करेंगे हम, मुझे नहीं पता. In binary I know, but in decimal I don't know. we could do it, but let us not complicate things. Okay, I have some idea, and but it is going to make the way we write negative numbers in binary is that we write that as, so if I want to write minus 27, so instead of writing minus 27, I write it as 100 minus 27. So what does it give me? 100 minus 27 क्या देगा हमें? 73. Okay, and we add a 1 in front to denote that it's a negative number. Okay, we do something like that, but let us not worry about that for now. Okay, but even if the answer was negative, please understand that this logic, this part should still work, but I don't know whether this will work or not. It will. Okay, let me do a calculation, and I'll come up with in the next class maybe for you guys how to do a binary, deal with negative numbers in 9's or 10's complement subtraction. Okay, I'll try to do that in the next class if it is possible. Let me see. I'll think about it. So is that okay? Whoever was asking the question. Plus 1000 minus 006. So this is 999 minus 006 plus 1. Is that okay? This is what we did here. 999 minus 006 plus 1 is this whole thing. Okay, and we added to this result to 003, which gave us this 1027, and then finally we subtracted this when we got rid of the most significant bit. Okay, we could do the same thing when instead of 1000 we could have chosen 100. Okay, and 100 would also not interfere with 033 or 006. Okay, so you have to choose at least a number which is greater than the maximum number of digits that you have in either of the two numbers. Okay, is that all right?
Sir, so that the most significant digit does not interfere in the calculation and we can remove it at last.
Yes, that is the point.
Okay,
Okay, that is the whole crux of this whole 2's or 9's complement method. Okay,
Okay.
do you have a class after this?
Yes, sir.
Which class?
Physics.
Sir, it has started.
Oh, it has started. Okay, I'll stop. We'll continue on Tuesday. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Again,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. If anybody has a question, I'll answer that. Others can leave.
Which book to read?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good thing. I'll please remind me in the next class. I forgot. It is digital design. By Morris Mano. Okay, MORRISMANO. Okay, Morris Mano.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye bye.